A customer asks for a quote. The business is interested. The job is valuable. But the quote sits in an inbox for 2 days. By the time the proposal is sent, the customer has already moved on. This is one of the quietest ways service businesses lose money. Not because the service is bad, not because the price is wrong, but because the process is slow, inconsistent, and dependent on a busy owner manually turning scattered customer details into a professional proposal. For service businesses, quotes and proposals are not just documents. They are part of the sales experience. They tell the customer how organized the business is, how clearly it understands the problem, and how easy it will be to work with. And this is exactly where AI and automation can create a major advantage. Not by magically guessing every price, not by replacing expert judgment, but by collecting the right information, organizing it, drafting the proposal, preparing the estimate, sending reminders, and keeping the sales process moving. Think about a typical service business: a cleaning company, a web design freelancer, a roofing contractor, a marketing agency, a consultant, a landscaping company, or an IT support provider. A lead comes in through a website form, a phone call, an email, an Instagram message, or a referral. The customer gives partial information. Maybe they explain the job clearly. Maybe they only say, "How much would this cost?" Then the business owner has to ask follow-up questions, check availability, look up pricing, estimate the scope, write a response, create a proposal, attach terms, and remember to follow up. When volume is low, this may be manageable. But as leads increase, the process starts to break. Some leads get fast responses, others are forgotten. Some proposals look polished, others are rushed. Some follow-ups happen, most do not. This is where automation becomes valuable. An AI-powered quote and proposal system can turn an incoming lead into a structured sales workflow. The first step is lead capture. Instead of letting requests arrive randomly across different channels, the business uses forms, CRM fields, call transcripts, or intake questionnaires to collect the key information. This might include the customer's name, location, service needed, timeline, budget range, property size, project goals, or photos. The second step is classification. AI can read the inquiry and identify what type of job it is. For example, it can separate a one-time cleaning request from a recurring commercial cleaning request. It can identify whether a website project is a simple landing page or a larger e-commerce build. It can detect whether a customer needs emergency service, a standard quote, or a custom consultation. The third step is scope assistance. Based on the information provided, the system can suggest what details are missing. If a customer requests a landscaping quote but does not include property size, the automation can send a polite follow-up asking for that information. If a client requests a marketing proposal but does not mention monthly budget or goals, the system can request clarification before the business owner spends time writing. The fourth step is proposal drafting. Once the system has enough information, AI can generate a first draft of the quote or proposal using approved templates. This draft can include a summary of the customer's needs, the recommended service package, deliverables, timeline, assumptions, optional add-ons, and next steps. This is important. The AI should not be making unchecked promises. It should be working inside guardrails. The business should provide approved pricing structures, service descriptions, proposal language, exclusions, and review rules. For example, a cleaning business could have set packages based on square footage, number of rooms, frequency, and add-ons. A marketing agency could have proposal templates for SEO, paid ads, content, and website projects. A consultant could have standard packages for audits, strategy sessions, and implementation support. The AI does not need to invent the business model. It needs to assemble the right proposal from approved pieces. The fifth step is human review. For many service businesses, especially when pricing depends on job complexity, the owner or sales manager should review the quote before it goes out. The automation can prepare the proposal, but the human approves it. This is often where the biggest time savings happen. Instead of starting from a blank page, the owner starts from an organized draft. They adjust the price, add specific notes, remove anything that does not apply, and approve the proposal. The sixth step is delivery and follow-up. Once approved, the system can send the proposal through email, a proposal platform, or a CRM. It can notify the customer, track whether the document was opened, send a reminder after 2 days, and create a task for the sales team if there is no response. This is where many businesses immediately improve their sales process. Most lost proposals are not lost because the customer said no. They are lost because nobody followed up at the right time. A simple automation can send a professional reminder, just checking in to see if you had any questions about the proposal we sent over. It can also alert the owner when a high-value proposal has not been answered, or when a customer opens a proposal multiple times. The seventh step is CRM updating. When the proposal is sent, the lead status changes automatically. If the customer accepts, the deal moves to 1. If they decline, the reason can be recorded. If they do not respond, the system can move them into a nurture sequence. This creates better business data. Over time, the business can see how many quotes were requested, how many proposals were sent, how many were accepted, which services close best, and where deals are stalling. Now let's look at a practical example. Imagine a small home services company that receives 20 quote requests per week. Before automation, the owner manually reads every message, replies with questions, calculates estimates in a spreadsheet, writes each email manually, and follows up when they remember. The result is inconsistent. Some customers get replies in 10 minutes. Others wait a day. Some receive detailed proposals. Others receive short messages. Follow-up depends entirely on the owner's memory. With an automated system, the process changes. A customer fills out a quote request form on the website. The form asks for service type, location, property details, preferred timing, and photos if relevant. The submission goes into a CRM. AI reads the request and labels it as a standard job, recurring job, urgent request, or custom quote. If information is missing, the system sends a follow-up question. If enough information is available, it calculates a draft estimate based on the company's pricing rules. Then it generates a proposal draft using a template. The owner receives a notification. New quote ready for review. They open the draft, check the details, adjust anything necessary, and click approve. The proposal is sent. 2 days later, if the customer has not responded, the system follows up. If the customer accepts, the CRM creates the next task. Schedule service, collect deposit, if required, or send onboarding information. The business has not removed the human. It has removed the repetitive administration around the human. The tools involved can vary depending on the business. For lead capture, a company might use Typeform, Tally, JotForm, Google Forms, a website form, or a CRM form. For CRM, tools like HubSpot, Pipedrive, Zoho, Go High Level, or Airtable can be used. For automation, platforms like Zapier, Make, or N8N can connect the systems. For AI drafting, tools can use language models through built-in AI features or API connections. For proposals, platforms like PandaDoc, Better Proposals, Proposify, DocuSign, or even Google Docs and PDF templates can work. The best setup is not always the most expensive setup. A freelancer may only need a form, a spreadsheet, AI-assisted proposal drafting, and email automation. A growing agency may need a CRM, proposal software, approval workflows, and pipeline reporting. The key is to design the workflow before choosing the tools. Start with the exact journey. Lead comes in, information is checked, quote is drafted, human approves, proposal is sent, follow-up happens, CRM is updated. Then choose tools that support that journey. The cost and benefit depend on complexity. A simple system can be built with low-cost tools and a few automations. A more advanced system, with CRM integration, proposal software, AI classification, and custom pricing logic, may require more setup time or professional implementation. But the business case is usually based on 3 things: faster response times, less admin work, and better follow-up. If a business owner spends 5 to 10 hours a week preparing quotes and chasing proposals, automation can return a meaningful amount of time. If faster replies help the business win more of the right jobs, the impact can be even larger. But it is important to avoid exaggerated claims. AI does not guarantee more sales. It improves the process that supports sales. There are also risks and limitations. First, bad inputs create bad outputs. If the customer provides incomplete information, the system needs to ask follow-up questions instead of forcing a weak quote. Second, pricing needs guardrails. AI should not freely invent prices unless the business has clearly defined rules and review steps. For many services, final pricing should still be approved by a person. Third, proposal language needs to be accurate. The system should use approved service descriptions, timelines, and exclusions. Otherwise, it may overpromise. Fourth, the customer experience matters. Automation should feel helpful, not robotic. A quote workflow should ask clear questions, explain next steps, and make it easy for the customer to respond. Fifth, sensitive business data should be handled carefully. Businesses should understand what information they are sending into tools, what platforms store, and how access is controlled. The future of this workflow is even more interesting. Today, many businesses still rely on manual quoting, but the next generation of service businesses will use AI agents that act like sales coordinators. These systems will answer initial questions, collect job details, check calendars, estimate scope, prepare proposals, route exceptions to humans, and follow up automatically. In some industries, customers may expect near-instant responses, not because every quote can be finalized instantly, but because the first professional response should no longer take 2 days. The businesses that benefit most will not be the ones that automate everything blindly. They will be the ones that combine human expertise with automated speed. The owner still understands the job. The sales team still handles the relationship. But the system makes sure every lead is captured, every proposal is consistent, and every follow-up happens on time. For service businesses, that is the real opportunity. AI does not need to replace the expert. It can become the assistant that prepares the work before the expert even opens the laptop. And in a market where customers compare multiple providers, speed, clarity, and professionalism can become a serious advantage. Subscribe for daily videos on how AI and automation are changing business.